Um, okay then. Uh, so basically this is Cave Story Plus, you know. Uh, so this game was made by a single person called Pixel, you know. This is the remake of the game, you know. Um, So the difference between this one and the original, like the remake was made by Nicholas, while the original one was made by Pixel. So the difference between the two is like Cave Story Plus has extra stuff, like these challenges and stuff, and I don't have the Nemesis challenge unlocked, but it is also a challenge as well. It has it has like a different kind of story called Curly Story, and it also has three difficulties: easy, original, and hard. And we are gonna be running on the easy difficulty of this game. And also, Cave Story Plus runs on 60 FPS while Cave Story runs at 50. But yeah, timing starts as soon as I press the start game button. So, I'm gonna do the countdown. Three, two, one, go! So, we start out like this with Kazuma just talking, because that's what he does. He basically talks and then complains about the fact that he's like stuck on a house, which I can't blame him about. Yeah, that's how it works, pretty much. And hopefully I don't die on the intro because like now I've only got a single heart, pretty much. And like I'm so nervous, but yeah, this is a marathon run, so I shouldn't even worry if I do that badly, because it's still a run regardless, you know, a marathon run. And I don't think anybody like actually cares whether I PB or not. Anyway, so this is like the easiest part here of the game. You know, this is called the first cave. You know, and we've already gone through this section, so mainly you wanna keep up your HP to like almost full. You know, you wanna end up at the very least 4 HP, or you would be like on a really bad spot. But fortunately, we actually have enough HP, so we won't be affected that much, really. Um, so I'm running on the Japanese version of the game because it saves time, like around 10 minutes on bad ending, for an instance, or something weird like that. No, I don't think it is like straight up 10 minutes, but it still saves more than 5, definitely. Like between 5 and 8 minutes. Cause like the English text is like so slow that like it loses a bunch of time. Like you can just get a free sub, like a free sub 120 on best ending if you use the Japanese version. But if you're using the English version, then you probably like you will get like only a sub 130 if you actually do a beginner run or something weird. So now we are going to the graveyard, which is like a relatively RNG filled part of the game. Like it has a bunch of RNG, pretty much. And well, yeah, pretty much. We are getting some really good RNG, by the way. Like, it isn't every day that I actually get such excellent RNG. That was like a 1 out of 8 chance, pretty much. Like, that was not like straight up insane, but you know, that was still excellent. Like an insane Arthur's graveyard would be like an Arthur's graveyard where you can literally even boost out of these mushroom thingies. But yeah, basically this is the egg corridor, you know. It is kind of an easy part. You just have to get to level 3 Polar Star before actually fighting Igor, which is like the first real boss of this game, pretty much. Oh my god, I'm literally like missing all those shots. Oh my god. I'm kind of nervous right now in case you cannot tell. But basically you just wanna get to level 3 Polar Star, which we did not. So this is already like a bad egg corridor, pretty much. But I can't complain, I guess. I can also grind for EXP on like a bunch of ways, you know. I can pretty much just wait for a bit and kill all these enemies. Well, they give me their EXP, but apparently I was just way too far away from them to like actually get that much XP. But don't worry, I've got like some sort of semi-backup for this. So don't worry about like the EXP issues, pretty much. I just have to kill them all like this. And that will do, I guess. You know. That was not the optimal Basil cycle, but I can definitely take this, you know. This ain't like straight up. Well, this is terrible actually, but you know, this is a marathon run, so yeah, it is what it is. Now we're gonna shoot up Igor like this, you know, you wanna mash a bit so that you can actually speed up the fight like by a relatively huge margin, pretty much. And that's Igor, you know. If I hadn't gotten the level 3 Polar Star, I would have lost like, I don't know, like more than 5 seconds, cause that's how it works, you know. It basically takes like twice as longer to kill him with the level 2 Polar Star, so I'm glad I managed to like actually get it early enough, like the level 3 Polar Star. And I think I should be able to get another heart container as long as I don't mess up a strat that I have. Ah, God. It doesn't even wanna aim. Anyway, who cares about aiming when you can literally just shoot these craters like that? You know? There! Oh my god, seriously. This is like terrible right now. I just want a heart container. Anyway, that's not required, so it is fine. I hate this game, dude. I don't even want this to be a PV. And it's like I'm so nervous, dude. So right after talking to Sue, once I've reached like the top of this place, I'm pretty much like I'm gonna go to Grasstown, which is the next zone in this game, pretty much. So basically on Grasstown, you wanna get to level 3 Fireball right before fighting Barak for like a second time. At least it will be a second time. if I actually accepted his request of like actually fighting against him. But since this is a speedrun, I told Borak that no, I did not want to fight him because that wastes his time, obviously. But yeah, we're gonna be getting the fireball, which is a weapon that basically allows you to kind of like play it on a more strategical way, you know. Basically, the fireball is kind of like a weapon that like basically allows you to shoot fireballs at your opponents here, but these fireballs can only go through the ground and they can only bounce towards a certain direction, like they don't go straight. So it is kind of like a more strategical weapon than most of the other weapons. So now we are gonna get the charcoal, but we are only gonna get it once by doing a trick that is called Jellyfish U-skip. I just hope I can actually keep enough health to like actually pull that off, cause otherwise I'm gonna have to pretty much spend a few seconds taking a heal. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. So basically you just shoot up the jellyfish while like, you know, basically jumping so that your shots actually reach that jellyfish a bit earlier than they normally would, right? And then with that trick up your sleeve, you can basically save a bit of time, you know. It is kind of risky to just aggro it and literally try to beat up the jellyfish with the fireball, but it is kind of slightly faster. But of course, this is a marathon, and also I don't even go for that strat unlike normal runs either. So obviously I'm not gonna go for such a crazy strat. I mean, it ain't that hard, but it's still kind of risky, you know. Oh, I forgot this ain't the original, but whatever, it is what it is. So on the original, you would only have to open the menu over and over, but on Cave Story Plus, apparently Nicholas kind of fixed the way how these invincibility frames work. So you basically just cannot straight up. You can't like straight up just YOLO it and use the menu to like actually reset your invincibility frames. Like you have to use both, like you have to open the map on your inventory or your iframes don't reset, which means your invincibility basically stays up even if you open the menu. But this is like the second real boss that we are fighting against. You know, it is one of the easiest ones pretty much, if you do it properly, of course. Which barely even happens because like I'm bad at the game. But you just talk to Marco and I accidentally faced the wrong direction, but it ain't a big deal. Only like a couple of seconds due to my own stupidity, but that's okay, you know. And there it goes. I gained all my health back, even though that was just like 1 HP or something that I lost from the previous boss fight. But basically, I'ma use these bats to get up to like the gun base a bit quicker. Like basically, in case you haven't noticed, we are like building a bomb so that Kazuma can actually make it out of that house where he's stuck on. So pretty much that. Like we are gonna need a jellyfish use, which I basically did the bat skip for, so that I don't have to get another jellyfish use. Like remember that strategy where I had to open the menu and then the map to reset my invincibility frames because just opening the menu doesn't actually guarantee that you will get it. Like you will never get it with that strategy, at least not on the remake. But yeah, basically we're gonna use strategies like we basically are gonna use strategies like those like later on the run. But you know, the reason why we used that is because like if we didn't use that, we would have to get the jellyfish back to actually make the bomb, which isn't a good thing. And there's this kind of complex boost, you know. It ain't hard, but yeah. You've kind of gotta like get the timing for when you have to jump with that boost, because otherwise you will lose like all your momentum if you take too long to like actually jump, you know. I should probably just like start skipping that life capsule that I attempted to get on that corridor, because it just makes me waste time. And just look at me literally getting runs without it. Like I don't even need it. But that being said, basically Kazuma and like Professor Booster are gonna talk, obviously. And well, we are gonna take a heal right before actually exiting this place. By the way, this was a really good grass town, so that makes up for like the terrible beginning that I had with like bad RNG, like 5 seconds or something, like probably 7, something like that. 7 seconds wasted just trying to get a life capsule that I didn't manage to get. You know, it kind of makes up for that, pretty much. Also, a reason why we grinded for like the level 2 missiles before actually fighting Bullfrog. You will see why I did that. But once you see the reason why, it all makes a lot of sense. But of course you wanna keep the missiles at level 3 for a while, at least until you're done with the Torako boss fight. But like basically the missiles will help you beat a few bosses a bit quicker, and they will let you grind for the level 3 machine gun a bit faster on Sandstone, so you can start hovering like almost as soon as you're done with Omega. Like you just grind for a bit of EXP, and you know, there it goes. You can basically hover. There's 2 strategies, the super safe one, and the risky one, and I'm using the safe one because the super safe strategy is like too slow. I mean, I should use it because it's like super marathon friendly, but of course, everyone would probably call me a bad runner if I use like super safe strats, like that I could use to get to level 3 machine gun, but oh my god, seriously. Anyway, there's my brother Jamie, and also my mom in the background, you know. My mom barely talks, but my brother talks a lot. So I'm just gonna spam X, you know, the shooting button until Curdy's basically dead, and there it goes. Now we are gonna tell her that no, we ain't here to take the Mimigas, cause we are not the male equivalent of a Karen. But anyway, you just have to talk to this rabbit, which tells you that there's a dog here, because apparently if you don't talk to that rabbit, then the dog doesn't even wanna actually let itself be carried by you. So yeah, that's obviously slow, and you know, you're required to talk to that rabbit right there if you wanna like actually get that dog. You cannot progress through the game without talking to him, but yeah, pretty much. See, with like the level 2 super missiles, you can basically grind for like the level 3 machine gun, and we've already got the level 2 machine gun, you know. Oh my god, seriously. Anyway, at least I actually managed to kill one of the big ones. So when I come back from like fighting Omega, I won't actually have to like, how do I explain this? I won't have to kill it and like actually risk the leveling, and I accidentally opened the menu because there's this mashing button that I use, and like it is super close to my menu. But it kind of works for like pause buffering, considering your iframes don't get reset. So I guess it works as a way to like actually, you know, it kind of works as a method of like pause buffering if you don't feel safe doing a certain risky strat, you know, especially strats like waterway skip can basically be done with pause buffering, talking about like pause buffering, but that stuff comes like around like 10 minutes later, you know, on Labyrinth, once we've beaten the core pretty much. So yeah, let's just not talk about that until we've gotten there. So now we're gonna give Yenka all her dogs because they escaped from her, you know. And well, yeah, pretty much. Now we're gonna go for them on the following order. I'm gonna go for the running dog first, the one that's like on the bottom of this place over here, because that's like one of the trickiest ones. You know, you've gotta go for the hard stuff first. Just like that, and we caught it. Like, it ain't so hard, but if you actually miss that dog like twice in a row, you can basically lose a few seconds, you know, around like 10 if you don't manage to like catch it or something like that. All in all, it ain't a good experience to go through. So yeah, we went for the hard one first, and now that we've done the hard one first, we can basically just straight up blaze through this place like it ain't nothing, you know. That's the easiest dog out of them all, pretty much, because you just have to get it and this heart container over here. That's all you needed to do. The blue house dog is the second, no, the easiest dog to get is the one we got earlier on Curly's house, pretty much. And if you haven't been noticing, my PC's like slightly lagging a bit, you know, because it is like super trashy, pretty much. But, you know, like the easiest one is the one that you encounter on Curly's house. Then the second easiest one is the chest dog. And the third easiest one is basically the last one I will be going for right after this one. You know, there's 5 dogs in total. And then there's this dog, which is like the second hardest, pretty much. So it is hard for 2 factors. The first one, you basically just have to like get there with the machine gun. So unless you have it, you will actually waste time. Even though that really happens, because I'm already consistent enough to like almost never lose the machine gun, but you basically still have to like do some tricky movement to get there. And then there's another factor that inside that room where you can actually get that dog, like it is kind of hard to do the platforming there as well, so that makes it the second hardest dog to get. Not because it can specifically kill runs, but because like it is so hard to like not lose time there. You can basically lose a few seconds most of the time, so it is hard to get like an optimal desert house dog, pretty much. I'm just naming them random names because I don't even know how to actually name them, but pretty much. Now we are done with almost all the dogs. Right after bringing this one to Yenka, we will pretty much be done with this, with this section of the game. And yeah. Oh god, I took that hit there. Good thing this is easy difficulty, because otherwise I would have lost to level 3 machine gun. And we skipped the life path, but don't worry guys, we will get it later. Because actually it is way safer to get it later on plantation, because you can also get an extra heart container on plantation if you get the life path there. From like Curly's dog. And I don't think it is that risky to assume, like, I don't think it is like that bad to assume that I will actually be able to like not die before plantation, because I've got like the most consistent strats ever, pretty much, except for a few ones where I'm forced to do them unless I want to lose like a lot of time, obviously. So this isn't exactly like the easiest boss casually, but if you're running the game, there's an easy method of doing this boss. And now that I've noticed, I'm a bit less nervous than I was at like the beginning of the run. So yeah, you basically just have to shoot missiles like that to make her jump, and then shoot her with a machine gun while she jumps, pretty much. And I'ma have to get it back. Oh my god, that was such a risky move, dude. And oh my god, at least I don't need the fireball from this point onward, so it ain't a big deal, really. You can only use fireball for like convenience's sake on a few seconds, but besides that, it is basically useless. But yeah, with that strat that we used for Torako, we basically saved a bunch of time, as you can see, and we also, like, if she hadn't actually made me mess up that badly, like, on that part where I basically took a hit from one of her rocks, that would have been an optimal fight, pretty much. Like, that's the most consistent and, like, one of the fastest strategies for the Torako fight. I'm struggling to like even talk, and I should have drank water before like actually doing this run. But that is okay. It ain't a big deal. Ah god. I landed on like the wrong place there. Anyway, we just killed that roach right there. And well, this is like labyrinth, like I don't remember the name of this specific labyrinth room, but like they are all like rooms that like their names are basically based on like just normal normal English letters from like the alphabet, namely I, W, and M, and then the other one that like I just went through where you saw that lonely roach that I just murdered. And well, yeah, pretty much. So you just take a damage boost from that roach, and then there's like a really fast strategy for this boss fight. So you just face backwards and start spamming the blade, and like it makes one cycling this boss like a lot easier, as long as you can mash, of course, but at least it actually deals extra damage if you don't know how to mash, which is my case, because I'm bad at mashing, pretty much. Overall, this section's like fairly easy, except for the fact that we are gonna deal with one of the most annoying bosses in the game. Like, it ain't specifically hard, but like it is hard to like quickly beat, because if you fail one cycle on this boss, you lose like 15 seconds. If anything, it ain't as hard as I'm probably making it look, but it's still kind of hard, and that is what it is. So yeah, And I failed the one cycle, at least for the face, where it basically uses those green balls to protect itself. Well, I didn't waste 15 seconds because I used like a really good strat that just lets me make it turn. Like, you just have to stay on the middle of where you were when the last cycle ended, and like he will turn almost as quickly as possible, at least humanly speaking, of course. And well, yeah, pretty much that's a cool trick for like cool kids, and at least that way missing a single cycle only wastes like less than 10 seconds. Actually, I think I over-exaggerated the amount of time that missing a single cycle basically loses. So, as you can see on Monster X, I basically used that strategy where I basically decided to shoot that green ball right there, like on the left side, like up there, on the left top part of Monster X. And see, the reason why I did that is because it is the weakest ball, and once you're done with that one and the one that is below the other one, like that's the most consistent strategy for like one cycling this boss. It ain't that hard, but since I'm bad at the game, as I mentioned, like it's really hard to like 4 cycle those bosses. I got a 5 cycle in total. 2 cycles on the first phase. It would have been more optimal if I had gotten just a single one on the first phase of Monster X, but that's okay. Pretty much, now we want to get to level 2 super missiles, but if we don't get them, then that's fine. Like, I'm not even gonna go for the quick kill strategy for core, so that only loses like less than 4 seconds, pretty much, if I can actually manage to kill the core properly with like the machine gun, of course, which is like a bit harder than doing it. God. I should have held the shooting button for a bit longer so that I could have properly skipped that part, since it is quite tedious. But overall, this lab M, that's how this room of the labyrinth is called. Like, this room is kind of good, Besides that mistake I made, it is basically like super optimal, pretty much. No, actually, the most optimal lab M would be like a lab M where I basically like get the level 3 super missiles, but that ain't ever happening on an RTA run. That's like a 0.5% chance on average, I think. So yeah, pretty much you can get the level 3 super missiles indeed, but it doesn't save that time and like that much time, and also like it is like super unlikely to happen. So for now, we are getting the level 2 super missiles, which kind of like they kind of do, like level 2 super missiles will definitely do the trick, at least for now. Like, at least they ain't like level 1 super missiles, which would barely deal any damage, and I would only be able to shoot one at a time. So yeah, I'm grateful that I got like the level 2 super missiles to begin with. I mean, there isn't that much RNG involved, but like 25% of the time, you won't be able to get the level 2 super missiles without like wasting any time. So I'm glad I actually got to get the level 2 super missiles properly without wasting any time. But yeah, as you can see, I'm using the level 2 super missiles to like annihilate the core pretty much. And I don't think I'm gonna get the quick cycle pretty much. But this is still a good fight. Okay, then that's okay. Come on, shoot these thingies at me so that I can actually get missiles. And well, that was a decent fight, I drowned in the middle of the fight. So this was an okay fight. I didn't get the quick kill, and I wouldn't have gotten it with like the water pattern that I got. Like unless you get a good pattern when it comes to like the water there, like you won't drown all the way to like 20 years before like the fight ends. Like that saves time because on this cutscene you just have to wait until you drown. But if you drown during the fight, then that makes this cutscene a bit shorter, and you can save up to 16 seconds. Those 16 seconds I saved 6, kind of disappointing. Well, on the freeware version, where like the game runs at 50 FPS, that does actually save 16 seconds. But on the Plus version, that only saves 13, so it ain't as much of a big deal on CS Plus, pretty much. But it could have still been better if I had gotten the quick kill, So yeah, there's a way to skip this zone, but I'm bad at doing it because I cannot mesh properly or even menu properly, since there's like a way you can do that by pass buffering and then shooting as soon as you pass, and then as soon as you shoot, then you pass, and just like that, and it basically just wastes like 2 seconds over the optimal method of like just mashing your way through. But like I cannot do that, so I will have to waste like 25 seconds, which would be like 30 seconds on the freeware version of the game, pretty much. But yeah, basically we're gonna on round 30, because she has basically drowned now. By the way, I think I'm like slightly behind my PB, I was like probably even 20 seconds behind my PB by the time I got out of Egg Corridor. But I got such insane splits that like it doesn't matter, I'm pretty much gonna be ahead as soon as I get out of the section, assuming I don't actually get like thoroughly annihilated by Ironhead and I don't lose the level 2 machine gun, unlike what happened on my PB, where I basically lost the level 3 machine gun before fighting Ironhead. So I basically lost a bit of time there, and also on Egg Corridor 2 because I couldn't like go as fast by like keeping my momentum with the machine gun. Like you're gonna see what I mean by keeping the momentum with your machine gun, Like that by itself doesn't save time specifically, but the fact that you don't have to land on the ground to like keep booster speed up and stuff, like you can save like more than 20 seconds just by boosting and like keeping your momentum with the machine gun. You're gonna see what I mean by that. So since I made it here with a decent amount of HP, I won't have to heal until I make it to my Pignon's room, at least. So yeah, that's basically what it is, pretty much. So now I'm gonna show you why I needed the level 3 machine gun. I'm gonna show you a cool trick. As you can see, I kept my momentum by like jumping as soon as I landed on the corner of that platform, and I basically kept not all of my momentum because that wasn't a frame perfect jump, but that was good enough to like keep a good amount of momentum, pretty much. And I got a good boost right there, almost the optimal one. And well, I got hit right there. I will skip this missile extension because I don't wanna risk it on this run. But yeah, basically my parents are complaining because I'm talking too loudly apparently, which I do have to acknowledge. Maybe I did talk too loudly, but yeah, pretty much that's Egg Corridor 2, You can basically keep your boosting momentum with the machine gun with those threats that I just used. Pretty much. There's like not like it ain't that specific, but it's still kind of specific. Like you have to basically land almost as soon as you basically, like you have to jump almost as soon as you land on the corner of these platforms to like get that trick, which people actually call like jump boosting when you jump, or like if you're using the machine gun, they call that like machine boosting, and this is what you call floor boosting. See what I did? That was a kind of slow boost. So I'm gonna see if I can get another one right here, and I did get it. So at least I ain't losing that much time. Like that was not even any time, but that is still kind of bad to like not have optimal boosting speed. And well, basically that's what it is. So we're just gonna go down here, talk to Curry, then talk to this guy, and then do a boost right here, like this, and then you can basically speed up the process of like going all the way here by like a relatively big margin, pretty much. And there it goes. So the current world record holder for this game, which is called Periwinkle, like that guy is literally insane. Like he literally gets boosts with like such precision. Like I do have to admit, he's kind of like inconsistent at getting boosts on the plus version, cause you know, basically the game runs a bit faster, so he cannot pull off boosts like quite as consistently. But he's still like better at boosts than me. So yeah, shoutouts to him for like being so good at the game. Like he currently has a sub 50 run on best ending, and this is like a sub 54 pace run, by the way, and it would have been like mid 53 pace if I hadn't messed up so badly on my early game splits. But you know, I'm taking it, you know. This is certainly like not that much of a bad run besides that, so you know. So there's like a relatively easy way of beating this boss, which is called the Mapignin, which you need to use if you want to restore Curly's memories, because otherwise you literally will not, you mean it, you will not get the best ending, which is what we are going for. So there's this consistent strategy where you just shoot it with the fireball when it like gets close to you, and then if it gets like far from you, you can just use the machine gun. But I messed up that strategy. That was still a relatively fast fight, so it doesn't matter. So you just go through this door, you just do a few boosts. Well, you would have done a few boosts if you actually had the machine gun, but you know, you could have done a few floor boosts, you know, and stuff to get here a bit quicker by like 1 or 2 seconds, pretty much. That's all it is, but you know, it would have been convenient if Mapignin hadn't actually gotten rid of my level 3 machine gun. But he did, and now we're going relatively slowly, you know, not that slowly, but still kind of slowly, you know, like 2 or 3 seconds more slowly than I normally would. But you know, it is what it is, and I at least beat Mapignin a bit quicker than I did on my PB. So that's pretty much a big gold against like my PB. And I didn't do the boosts here on my PB either, like to get to like the spot where Curry is either. So yeah, I'm not gonna complain. So now we are gonna get like both a sprinkler and a battery for like Sue's mom. Let me check out if I have the iron bond real quick, and yes I do. I just spent like a second and a half checking out like whether or not I had it, but it was worth it since, you know, I don't want to have to talk to Curdy yet again, just like, God, okay, that was fine. So, there. Still faster than my PB, even with all those mistakes I made, cause my PB sucks, you know. I got my PB like 2 months ago, and now I'm using like completely different strats that are like more than 2 minutes faster than my PB. I think sub 54 may be dead, you know, but yeah, this can still be low 54 if I don't mess up like the remainder of the game pretty much. So you just give this to Susumam, you know, the sprinkler so that she can make a rocket that we would use to pretty much like get to final cave, which is like one of the last zones of the game, pretty much. And well, now we're gonna talk here with Aito and pretty much get the battery from him. And I don't even know why I'm not nervous when I should be, considering some pretty hard stuff is about to come up. Not like super hard stuff, but still hard stuff regardless, you know. But I guess pretty much not being nervous is at least a good thing, so I'm not gonna complain, you know. If I do end up submitting this to SRC, I'm literally gonna say this is one of the best runs I've done, with just like without like without 4 cycle on Monster X and like with a slightly sloppy plantation. But even then, this is literally one of the best runs I've ever done. And now that I think of it, I should have gotten the life path, but I should be fine as long as I'm not bad at the game and I don't actually take damage. So yeah, that was a really big mistake on what would be my behalf, but you know, there's nothing I can do about it, like at this point of the run. So, you know, you basically want to like do level 2 blade as well as do level 3 machine gun to pretty much go slightly quickly, like a bit quicker on the balcony than you normally would, as well as like the last part of Final Cave, pretty much. You're gonna see. Anyway, I didn't get to level 2 blade before this fight, so I'm gonna have to play it super safe. And I failed to play it super safe, but that's okay. And I still got the level 2 blade, so I should be fine. This is why we needed the level 3 machine gun, see? That's a pug strat right there. Anyway, considering I didn't get that boost, I'm just gonna grind a bit over here. So, pretty much, we are gonna deal with the final boss gauntlet. Not like the final boss gauntlet if you're doing the best ending, like if you're going for the best ending, but it is still the semi-final boss gauntlet, pretty much. It is just like a bunch of annoying RNG bosses. The Undead Core isn't that RNG, but like both the Doctor and Misery are indeed RNG, pretty much. So I think my point still counts, pretty much. And I hope, yeah, I still got a decent cycle for Misery. That was almost a bad cycle, but I saved it right at the end of the fight. So yeah, we're good to go now, pretty much. So this is the reason why I have the level 2 blade, because now I can basically just not have to deal with the Doctor and not have to struggle with him, pretty much. And I can just spam blade until he See? That's basically one of the most consistent strategies that the community has found, at least for this category, you know? We're 4 hits away from dying. That would be the equivalent of 16 health on freeware. So yeah, we're on good health, you know? Pretty much, I just hope I don't mess up on health. On freeware, I can indeed get like an optimal health without the life path, so I hope I can do the same, but this time with Cave Story Plus, or otherwise I'm toast because I didn't get the life path while I could. Like, I remember that just before I went to Final Cave that I basically had to get the life path, so yeah, resty strats, yay! There. So if you stand just right there, like on the right edge of like the course face, like the under the course face, you will be able to hit him while barely ever getting hit by its projectiles, basically. At least if you do want to hit him, like pretty much as soon as it opens its face, because you can also play it safe, and that was an excellent under fight. Just saved 20 seconds over my PB, or even more, because my PB had an awful undercore, pretty much. I think this is still 54. So yeah, that's good. That's super cool. I will be able to beat my PB by over a minute, because my PB is garbage. My PB is literally the equivalent of poo poo. But yeah, pretty much. So this is why we used the level 3 machine gun strats rather than like those slightly faster missile strats. You know, if you do manage to actually use these missiles properly, that is. Because if not, they are actually slower. But yeah, no. That was a bit of time loss, but that's okay. Still a good run. And that was less than like 10 seconds of time loss now that I think of it. Now, go! There! Now we did it. So, pretty much this is the worst room in the game. Almost everyone agrees with me when I say that, pretty much. Because it is indeed the worst room in the game, pretty much. Like, you can basically have your run die, like, within a single second. Almost. Well, more like within 5 seconds, but still, like, on a really short time, at least on freeware, where you don't have, like, the ability to actually choose your difficulty and you cannot run on easy difficulty. Like, your run can just die like that if you get water and here, but at least on easy difficulty, it doesn't really kill runs at all. But yeah. Okay, then. That's why I had the level 3 super missiles to begin with. And look at all these sexy missile drops. Now we're gonna get a massive missile expansion from here. Like 24 missiles, I think. God. Okay, then that was good. Just spam, 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 spam until he's dead, and there it goes. That's pretty much heavy press. You know what? After this run, I'm basically not gonna run best ending, at least not on easy or like on freeware, pretty much, cause like I wanna focus on other categories like best ending hard. Like that's like not the best category to run because like it is super hard, but it is a cool category regardless, and I wanna run it. So pretty much I will most likely run it because that's what I want to do. Ooh. Okay, I'm not gonna risk it. I'm not gonna risk it. I'm not gonna risk it. I can't use the risky strat. You know, I'm gonna use the safe strats. Recycle, at least that's a cycle faster than on my PB. So that basically means I'm pretty much gonna, no, that's pretty much about as bad as it was on my PB. But I hope it can still be PB. Come on, you can do it. Yes, I did it. There it goes, that's a PB. And time. Oh my god, I did it. I did it. Yeah, I think that was a PB. What was the final time? If it's under 56 minutes, it's officially a PB! Yay! I'm gonna wait until they tell me the final time on the Discord server, which I hope they do, cause I really wanna know. Well, you know what? I'm gonna check real quick on Twitch ResortFest, pretty much. Twitch.tv/ResortFest. And then I'm gonna look up the timer on the stream. But yeah, GG guys, that's the run. I'm gonna wait for a while until 55:30. I did it. I did it. That's PV. Anyway, yeah, bye guys. So that was Cave Story Plus.